Wait, you're gonna shock me on purpose? I see that look. It's the one where your eyes go wide. Your brain pictures a mad scientist, lightning, and you yelling, "It's alive!" Relax. Calm down. Not a scene from an old horror movie. It's just a short, simple test called an SSEP, Somatosensory Evoked Potential. Honestly, sounds like something a villain would steal. But really, it's just a fancy name for a simple idea. We're checking how fast your body's wiring sends signals. Basically, a speed test for your body's electrical wiring. Think of it like this. Your nerves are a massive highway. Signals for touch, temperature, pressure are cars on that highway. They start at your skin and race to your brain. We're just putting a little stopwatch on them to see if cars are stuck in traffic. When the doctor says, "We'll run a little current through you," they mean a tiny, harmless speed test. Less Frankenstein, more internet speed test. No drama, no danger, just data to help your doctor see what's happening inside. So, why do doctors even order this test? Imagine your nervous system is like the Wi-Fi in your house. When it's working well, you can stream movies, browse online, do everything smoothly. But sometimes the signal gets weak. Your video buffers. The page won't load. The SSEP is like tech support for your nervous system, finding exactly where the Wi-Fi is dropping. In MS, the protective coating around your nerves, called myelin, can get damaged. Like the plastic stripped off your internet cables, the signal slows down or gets lost. The SSEP machine is basically a very sensitive stopwatch connected to a computer. It measures two key things: latency and amplitude. Latency is just delay, time from wrist to brain. Amplitude is strength. A weak signal is like a faint, crackly voice on a bad phone line. MRI shows the potholes. Structure. SSEP tells you what it feels like to drive over them. Function. It's the difference between a picture of a broken bridge and actually seeing traffic can't get across. Let's walk through what the day of the test will actually be like, because knowing what to expect is half the battle. The whole thing usually takes about 45 to 90 minutes. You're in a quiet, calm room. Wear loose clothes. Pro tip: short sleeves, loose pants, or a skirt. Also, don't put on lotion, cream, or oil. Electrodes need clean skin. Lotion is a slip and slide. The technician explains everything, tells you before pulses, checks in to make sure you're okay. The sensation is odd, but not painful. Most people say a light, repetitive tapping or a buzz. You might see your thumb or toe twitch a little. Totally normal. It's your muscle reacting. Big myth. Electroshock or dangerous electricity. Completely false. The current is extremely low level. You will not get superpowers, charge your phone with your fingertips, or glow in the dark. Once it's over, it's over. No lingering electricity. Get up, get dressed, drive, eat, go to work. Best part? No needles, no injection, no blood draw, nothing that breaks the skin. Fully non-invasive. After the test, you get wavy lines that look like an earthquake reading, or weird modern art. To a neurologist, those squiggles tell a story. They're looking for specific peaks and valleys. Each peak marks a checkpoint: spinal cord, brainstem, and finally, the brain. They time how long it takes the signal to travel from your wrist to each checkpoint. That's latency. Normal, shock a fast, strong signal within a predictable window, like trains arriving on schedule. Delayed waves mean the train is running late. There's a slowdown somewhere on the track. Comparing timings narrows the location. Slow neck to brain? That points to the upper CNS. They compare left versus right. Your body is mostly symmetrical, so speeds should be similar. If your right wrist is much slower than your left, that's a big clue to a side-specific issue. SSEP adds evidence to MRI and exams. It's one piece of a larger puzzle, a reliable witness. It doesn't solve the case alone, but it can be the key to cracking it. Let's talk about the feeling again. Imagine your phone vibrates. Now make it a little sharper, like a tap. That's it. A tiny muscle twitch might happen. More surprising than uncomfortable. The technician starts low and finds a level that's comfortable for you. Your body sends electrical signals all the time: touch, wind, warmth. SSEP just creates a consistent signal we can track. Unlike the loud MRI, SSEP is quiet and often dimly lit. You're not confined. You can shift, talk, relax. Relaxing reduces muscle noise, so signals are cleaner. Your job is basically to chill. This test explores complex pathways without breaking the skin and helps diagnose, track progression, and check treatment. All with sticky pads and a sensation milder than a doorknob static zap. Scary name, talk of shocks. But it's one of the most painless, straightforward tools out there. It swaps scary uncertainty for clear, objective numbers so doctors can make better decisions. You walk out feeling exactly the same as when you walked in, just with better data. Was this helpful? Did it make that shock test less shocking? Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. Next up, the MRI. Loud, dramatic, the most important selfie your brain will ever take. You won't want to miss it.